There's a huge problem in the world right now. And I know we already know about that, whether you think it's a terrorist attack, whether you think it's oppression, this or that, that's not really my point. Here's some news for you. I don't think the problem is that people are getting killed. See? I think the problem is much bigger than that. When this whole thing first started on October 7th, because apparently that's what the Western world thinks, I intentionally stayed away from it. I intentionally didn't want to see any videos, any pictures, any media coverage. I knew it was going to affect me badly. And honestly, I need to be functioning in my life right now, so I can't handle it. So I intentionally stayed away from it. Up until this day, I rarely ever see anything. But what I actually saw recently was I at least started seeing interviews of people. And I started watching the people that Piers Morgan has been interviewing. I watched his interview with Ben Shapiro. I watched his interview with Bassem Youssef. I watched the interviews with a lot of people. And here is what my problem is. Because at the end of the day, people in the Western world are not going to get their news from Arab countries or from Arab media coverage or from any unbiased media coverage. Even those who claim they are unbiased, like Piers Morgan himself. They will get it from exactly Piers Morgan claiming to be unbiased, interviewing both, giving everyone a platform. But here's where it gets hilarious, and here's where the problem is. Every single person that he has interviewed, he always starts the interview with saying some hilarious stuff. Stuff like, I believe what happened on October 7th is the worst terrorist attack since 9/11. I believe what happened on October 7th is the worst thing to happen to the Jews since the Holocaust. He said that stuff. He said that stuff, which you may agree with, and this is where my problem lies. You thinking that this is really true, because he lays the foundation of the interview. And this is the foundation he lays. He gets people on his show to ask one question, and he pretends to be unbiased. He's like, I really don't know the answer. If we can agree, which is inarguable, that this is a terrorist attack and what they did is the worst thing ever, what would be a proportionate response from Israel? I don't know. That's what he says. This is the question he's looking for an answer for. And I keep watching this, and this is what fucking broke me. Not the idea of people getting killed, not the idea of hospitals getting bombed, and them claiming that Palestinians did it to themselves. I bombed my own hospital. Just for fun. Just for fun. I don't care about all that. But the idea that people in the West will actually think that this is the conversation to be had, this is my problem. Not the idea that you are singling out one event and calling it the worst thing to happen since 9/11. That's hilarious. And it's like shockingly hilarious. As I said, my problem isn't people dying, big news. My problem is people in the Western world being led to believe that, yeah, this is the conversation to be had. How can we get rid of Hamas? How can Israel have a proportionate response? What? How is this the conversation? How are all pro-Palestinians expected to go on the show and the first question they get asked, do you condemn what Hamas did on October 7th? And when pro-Israelis come on, it's like, I sympathize with you and blah, blah. Really? I think we have a much bigger problem than people dying. Because as long as this is the dialogue, as long as this is the conversation, as long as 3 times the people that died on October 7th have died to this day from Palestine, and it's just like appetizers. They're just getting warmed up, and no one gives a fuck. Everyone thinks that, yeah, big deal. They're terrorists. Let's get rid of them all. I go through Twitter now, not watching things. I still to this day won't watch a video or a picture. It will fucking break my heart. but I watch what people think. I was watching a video of protesters, pro-Palestinian protesters in New York, getting hit down on, punched down on by police officers, and someone posting this, not saying that it's a bad thing, not like disclaiming it. No. They were asking, what do you think about how the police reacted to those pro-Palestinian protesters? Is it good or bad? What? And then people in the comments are like, yeah, my only problem is they're not rough enough on them. They should beat them harder. Is this what it's become? Really? The last thing I'll say that on October 7th, when this thing happened, I know a lot of people in the Middle East and the Arab world were celebrating it, which I believe is wrong. I posted that day and I said, I don't think this is right. I am against the killing of any soul, no matter what its beliefs are. And this is gonna result in something bad, and we're the ones that are gonna be sad in the end. And that's exactly what happened. But as I said, I don't care about the deaths. I care that nobody cares. I care that this event is being singled out and treated as if the occupation just happened. Piers Morgan doesn't say oppression, he says war. He doesn't say get rid of oppression, he says get rid of Hamas. I don't think anyone wants that. As long as Hamas is there, it's reason to keep killing. And no one seems to see that. Apparently the Western world believes that Piers Morgan and his friends are God. They're the legit source of information. Any piece of information that came up supporting Israel, he just went with. Yeah, Palestine bombed their own hospital. Yes, 40 decapitated babies. Anything that comes in the favor of Palestinians, he's like, we're not really sure yet. We're looking for legit reasons. And this is a huge problem. Even though the highest viewed interviews on his channel are the one from Bassem Youssef and the one from Mohammed Hijab, the two pro-Palestinians that made him in a position where he had no idea how to respond, because he knows he's defending a hilarious cause. And no one else seems to see that. And this is the problem. I don't care that people are getting killed. I just care that nobody gives a fuck.